Fellas, is there anywhere to park?
I just parked over there.
Are you the guy that I apparently hit?
Alright, okay.
Yes, you are indeed. I am indeed.
Caused this much trouble.
What was that,
when I
sorry?
didn't even hit you. Caused this much trouble when I didn't even hit you.
I've not caused any trouble, sir. Should you be really speaking to me either?
Oh, I can speak to you.
Yeah. I didn't cause any trouble. You're the one that hit me off my bike, so.
But I didn't hit you.
I'm not.
Listen, the judge will decide on that. Okay.
Hello, fellas. It's me, the prosecution. Is everything okay here?
Well, this gentleman's trying to say that he didn't hit me off my bike. He's already starting.
Okay, gentlemen, I think we've got a bigger case at hand than
Well, are
here.
you in?
Fucking hell, your legs fucked and all.
Yeah, man, that was a
case?
bad smash, mate.
I'm the judge.
Alright.
Where do we actually go? I've never been in here.
Hello! Hello, Mr. Rico!
Johnny J, man, how you doing?
What's happening, mate? I'm here to show my support.
Good man, good man.
How's it going, fellas?
Good luck, you're gonna need it.
Oh, I've got to go.
I've just done my two.
That guy stealing my seat.
Basically, you need to
big
go
man,
on
just steal my
as the
seat,
squad,
nah, bro.
the senior admin said.
Alright, mate. I'll just stand.
Yeah, man. Over it.
The court is now in session. Sergeant Dan is facing the charge of dangerous driving, causing serious injury. The prosecution must prove beyond all reasonable doubt that the driver was driving far below the standards of a reasonable and competent driver. And it would be obvious to a competent and careful driver that the driving must have been dangerous. The prosecution must prove beyond all reasonable doubt that the injury was sufficiently serious as to amount to grievous bodily harm, and that the dangerous driving must have caused the injury. Prosecution, you may make an opening speech.
Hello, everyone. This is a clear example of dangerous driving causing serious harm, and it's my duty as a lawyer to bring justice to my client and the defendant who is in fact responsible for this. Thank you. Your Honour, are you there? Are you okay, sir?
I don't think he's okay.
I don't think he's okay.
Check his water, I think his vodka.
Okay, I don't think he's okay.
Sorry, what's going on?
Okay.
Hello, are you, sir, are you there?
Are you seriously,
Your
Honor?
Honour?
You don't know what's going on?
Yeah.
Come on.
Sorry, repeat that last bit.
What's going on, Your Honor? Come on, mate. Wakey, wakey.
Defense, you may make an opening speech.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the court, today Sergeant Dan pleads not guilty in dangerous driving. Today I will prove with the right evidence that Senior Sergeant Dan, a part of the road policing unit, the most skilled drivers of the Metropolitan Police, did not cause any harm. That's all, Your Honor.
Prosecution, you may make your evidence.
Okay, so before I even start, I just want people to know here that under the rules of the law, in fact, the laws in fact are the Road Traffic Regulation Act 1984 and the Traffic Signs Regulation and General Directions 2016 Act. Both confirm it does not matter what skill the driver is, and it does not matter what rank they are. In fact, if they are driving dangerously and cause such harm, then they will be just as guilty as any ranking police officer. Now, Your Honour, can you please show the evidence to the jury and the defence and prosecution? This will be on the light web, and if you could please remain silent as it is playing, thank you very much.
Sir, can you see, please? Why are you there? Okay, no.
Shut up.
Your Honour, could you please present the evidence in the light web?
I think this judge is drunk.
Thanks, mate. Fucking hell.
Well done, Your Honour. Thank you for doing what you're supposed to do. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. Thank you. Okay. Let's start. So the evidence clearly shows that my client was knocked off his, well, not knocked off, he had to swerve to avoid a police car. And the mere fact he had to swerve to avoid a police car means that the police car itself was what caused the swerving. My client suffered serious harm in relation to this, which includes a potential fractured leg, and it also included brief unconsciousness. Therefore, with this, I'm going to prove the crime of serious injury occurring because of dangerous driving. So first of all, and this is directed to the jury, and this is your decision to reach, the driving must have been far below the reasonable standards of a competent driver. And it is obviously clear from this video that this was clearly not the case. The policeman was on the wrong side of the road when it was not necessary to do so, and it unfortunately caused my client to fall over and very badly hurt himself. Next, it must be clear to the competent and careful driver that this kind of road use would be deemed as dangerous. By dangerous, I mean causing serious injury being very likely. Next, we must prove that the dangerous driving caused the serious harm. And this is clear. But for the dangerous driving, my client would not have been harmed. Furthermore, it is also clear that the policeman was the operating and substantial cause of my client's harm. Therefore, it is clear that the defendant caused the harm to my client. Lastly, the policeman must have been at least reckless as to the harm caused. By this, I mean he should have been at least aware of the risk that driving on the wrong side of the road could have caused harm. And with this, I move on to the serious harm that occurred. My client occurred a GBH Section 20, which boils down to this: the unlawful infliction of grievous bodily harm to another person with at least recklessness. First, we have to prove that the act was unlawful. The dangerous driving in and of itself was clearly unlawful, hence why we're in this room right now. Next, there has to be an infliction of GBH. Due to the fact that the car was on the wrong side of the road, it caused my client to have to swerve, and this inflicted the GBH on my client. Next, the harm must be directed towards another person, this clearly being my client. And lastly, the harm caused must have been made recklessly by the policeman. In this case, it is clear that the policeman was at least aware of the risks by driving on the wrong side of the road. It does not matter if he was in a pursuit. There are only 3 legal exemptions, which I will bring up as soon as the defence is gone. That is all, Your Honour. Thank you.
Defense, you may now provide your evidence.
Your Honor, I would like to call to the stand PC Creed.
You may come up.
Yo, please, can people in the audience not jump around, please? Please.
Do you solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that the evidence you shall give shall be the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Defense, you may now question the witness.
PC Creed, you are a member of the Metropolitan Police, right?
Correct.
Do you think Sergeant Dan wanted
Sit
to
down at the
hurt?
back. Continue.
Do you think Sergeant Dan wanted to hurt that man on purpose?
No, I do not.
Do you think Sergeant Dan hit the motorbike?
In my eyes, he did, yes.
He did, but in the statement, did he say that it was an accident?
It was an accident, yes.
Okay, that's all, Your Honor.
Your Honour,
Prosecution.
may I question the witness?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Okay, so right off the bat, the defence just said, did he do it with intent? That's not what we're asking here. We're asking if he did it at least recklessly, which means, was he aware of the harm? Do you think that a policeman should be aware of the harm that could be caused when driving on the wrong side of the road?
Yes, I agree completely with that.
Okay. Do you think that the driver of that car had no choice but to stay on that side of the road?
No, in my opinion, he could have stayed on the right side.
That is all, Your Honour. Thank you.
Defense, you may continue. Witness, you may sit down.
Please, yes. Okay, Your Honor. First of all, Sergeant Dan is a member of the road policing unit. What happened that evening when the incident happened was that Sergeant Dan was in his road policing unit car pursuing a vehicle, a motorbike, at very high speeds. Sergeant Dan was in pursuit when he came with a very tight corner that he did at very high speeds, and that happened. That was the purpose that he went to the other lane. The road policing unit, or RPU, are allowed to go in the opposite lane when urged in a pursuit, and as Sergeant Dan was with his lights and sirens on. The victim's injuries were not caused by Sergeant Dan because it was not dangerous driving. Sergeant Dan's car did not hit the victim, as he stated in his statement, and the victim swerved because he wanted to. The swerve was not necessary, and Sergeant Dan was not
that's
in a
lies.
position
Oi, no
of
violence back
danger.
there.
He's telling lies.
I have to ask you to leave if you do that again. Defense, continue.
As Sergeant Dan was not in a position of danger in relation to the victim. The injuries that the victim suffered were only his fault by swerving. That's all, Your Honor.
Prosecution, do you have anything to add?
Yes, of course I do. Okay, so first of all, the defendant is clearly confused as to the chain of causation. The chain of causation started when the dangerous driving caused my client to have to swerve, which then caused him to be harmed. The chain of causation carrying from the police car to my client due to the dangerous driving. And may I also mention, the Road Traffic Regulations Act 1984 and the Traffic Signs Regulations and General Directions 2016 give 3 exemptions for what you can do in a pursuit. First of all, they are allowed to go over the speed limit. Second of all, they are allowed to not keep in line with the left/right signs, and they don't have to comply with traffic lights. But it does not state at any point that they can drive on the wrong side of the road. In fact, the only time in which they can is if they deem it absolutely necessary to do so. The police are under the same laws just as us, even under shoot. So my question to the jury is this: was the driving absolutely necessary as to the fact that they had to stay on that side of the road? If not, then you should find the defendant guilty. And may I also bring your attention back to the video, which shows that there were no other cars around at the time. Therefore, going on that side of the road was completely pointless and achieved nothing. And may I also remind you that saying wrong evidence to the court can amount to perverting the course of justice. There was not a tight corner, and by saying that, you are potentially being unlawful. That is all, Your Honour.
Defense, do you have anything to add?
Yes, sir, Your Honour.
Lawyer.
In the dashcam evidence,
Lawyer.
we can clearly see
Yeah.
that Sergeant Dan
You need to
did not
mention.
hit the victim. Sergeant Dan
sorry,
was
2
not
seconds.
close to hit the victim. It was the corner, and Sergeant Dan was at high
You need to
speeds
mention that he failed
pursuing
to
a
stop
vehicle
with the RTC.
that he thought
He
it would
continued
be
on as well.
danger for the public,
Okay.
as it was going way above
Mate, I can't see
high
anyone in there.
speeds.
I just can't see any. No, they haven't left.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to ask people with the lights to stop doing that, or you're gonna have to leave. Thank you. You may continue.
Sergeant Dan, as a member of the RPU, thought that was necessary for the public safety to change lane for literally very a short amount of time, just for the corner at high speed, so he can catch
Yes, he
the
is.
subject. The victim swerved because he thought he would be in danger, but he was not in danger, as we can see in the video statement. That's all, Your Honour.
Prosecution, do you have anything further to add?
Yes, Your Honour, just one last thing. So, I'd like to mention two things. The common law case of R.V. Bannister, first of all, states that police drivers get no special treatment in regard to the law, apart from the exemptions. With that said, I also would like to mention that the car which ran him over failed to stop and check on him. That is all, Your Honour. Thank you very much.
Defense, do you have anything further to add?
Yes, I do, Your Honour. The lawyer just said the car that ran him over. We can clearly see in the dashcam that the car did not hit the victim. The victim swerved and hit the car behind.
Objection.
Overruled.
Fucking sit down or we're
You
gonna
can
have a
clearly see in
problem.
the dashcam that he did not hit the motorbike. He just swerved.
Objection,
That's
Your
Your
Honour.
Honour.
What is it?
The defendant is confused as to what causation means. Because I believe the offence has been fulfilled, I believe causation has taken place. And causation is when one event causes another. Therefore, I believe, although the car did not directly hit my client, it indirectly caused him to have caused harm to himself. That is all, Your Honour.
Defense, continue.
May I continue? As the witness said, he could well be kept. The victim could well keep in his lane. He did not need to swerve and change lane, as Sergeant Dan served no threat. The car did not hit him, and in his own statement, he said he swerved because he wanted to.
I never even swerved.
Thank you, Your Honour.
I just turned round the corner.
I know, it's fine.
Prosecution, do you have anything further to add?
Your Honour, no, thank you for the time.
I will abstain from giving my full opinion in this matter to give the jury some semblance of a choice, but I remind the jury that the officer has to have justification to drive on the wrong side of the road, and that the witness said that she thinks he did not.
Wait.
Jurors, you may now leave the room and form a verdict.
Please make sure to speak quietly. Hey,
Justice for Rico.
Your Honour, could you go please get the jury out?
Oh,
Come back in.
you may return here.
It's me, Ezekiel.
The jury, what is your verdict?
The jury finds the defendant guilty, Your Honor.
I hereby sentence you to 50 months in Lost County Prison.
Yay!
Oh,
Yay!
yeah.
Justice for Rico!
Sorry.
Fucking
I'm
button
not fighting.
Sorry.
Muscle spasm.
Oi, up here.
Wait, did Johnny just get arrested?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Who's the defendant? I don't even know.
An officer ran over someone and got 5 months.
My
nuts not allowed. How
Order!
Sorry,
Quiet.
I didn't mean to. Yeah.
I'm kicking off.
Who's the defendant? I don't even know. I just got here.
Defense, continue.
It was Johnny from Motorcycle and he just got sentenced to 50
Guys.
months.
He just got 50 Holy fuck, lad.
Guys, I thank you all for coming, but can we just let them do the last bit? You know, thank you so much, man.
Order in the court.
She lying down.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen, Sergeant Dan is the most law-abiding citizen. Sergeant Dan is the most law-abiding citizen I ever knew. He's a member of the Metropolitan Police for a long time. He was just promoted to the sergeant position for his hard work and dedication for helping the community. So I would like to ask you. I will like to ask you for a reduced sentence or a fine.
No.
You got any joints?
Take his badge.
That's it, Your Honor.
He's lucky he's not losing his badge.
In light of what the defense said, I will reduce the
Who is
sentence
it that's getting
from
sentenced here?
50 months. Order! I will reduce the
Guy over
sentence
there.
from 50 months
not.
to
It's not
30
him.
months in Lost County Prison.
He
The
should
court is
lo-
adjourned.
Boo!
Give him 150 months.
I bet you if I'd done that in a car, you'd have
Get
took
him
my
out
car
of here.
license off me.
Yeah, exactly. He don't lost his fucking
Take
license.
his badge.
police are going on strike.
Get him
Man,
out.
Get him the fuck out of
Thanks
here.
for coming.
Guys, come on.
Boys,
Square the fuck up.
Just
Everybody,
Square the
thank
fuck
you.
get the fuck out. Get him out.
Look.
Oh my